Welcome to the DMF. I'm Justin Younts. This is part 6. But wrapping up here, I always ask everybody these questions. These are my little inside the actor's studio kind of questions. So,
Oh,
do
nice.
you
I
have a
remember that
beginning of
show.
the Yeah?
I remember that.
That's
Yeah,
good.
please. Sorry.
Do you have a beginning of the day routine?
Oh, great question. Every night I go to bed and I put in my notes on my phone, what am I gonna do in the beginning? And I don't do it. So my beginning day routine, I don't have one, if I'm honest. I don't, there's no religious. I wish,
Oh,
but I mean, for example, like a lot of people say they like 5 minutes piece and things like that, or they do
yeah.
anything, or um, they go for a run. I have peace in the morning, which is what I like.
Yeah.
So I
Cool.
can't do exercise that early. My body needs to wake up. I'm probably
Yeah.
best at well, I was before arthritis and other things. When I was younger, I
Yeah.
was best around 4, 3 in the afternoon. I was like, that was my
Yeah.
kind of thing. But to answer your question, no, I don't really have a routine. Sorry.
Cool. Do you have a nighttime routine?
Ah, yes. One thing I do, I write a page a day. So when I say
Ah.
a page a day, before I go to bed, I always say, whether it's on the script at North Carolina project or whether it's any other project I've got going, um, I must write a page a day. And in my opinion, it's just my opinion, when you master the discipline of writing a page a day, you actually never write a page a day. Because what happens is you end up writing 4, 5, 6, 7 pages a day, which can
Mhm.
be a lot better, a lot more fulfilling, and a lot more enjoyable. And a lot of times you get your first or second or third draft done a lot quicker. With the script in question that we spoke about for the film in North Carolina, I'm on draft 12, and that
Mm.
discipline comes from at least a page a day. Well, sorry, the discipline of at least a page a day has gone out the window because I'm just doing a page a day. Well, I'm doing
Yeah.
20 pages. And I'm going back and forth where I'm thinking, well, this character, for example, is mentioned in her father quite often. So let's go back to when she's doing the monologue in front of the church, holding the butterfly necklace. We need to see X, Y, Z in terms of the B-roll, and that will affect the following scene with Eli when he sits in his car, wondering how he's going to deliver the message to his grandmother. I need to move back home. So the
Yeah.
discipline of a page a day can take you in various places for your screenplay and help the overall value of it, in my opinion.
Are you bound to writing it handwritten or do you type it? Does it matter?
I would love to say I'd do it handwritten, but I don't. It just
Yeah.
sounds cool. Like a couple of my friends, like, oh, they get out their notepads and do it
Yeah,
by hand,
they
and I feel wow. But I think what's happened
yeah, that's
to
great.
me
I
and many others, laptops, desktops are such a part of everyday life. I couldn't imagine now. I mean, even if I write a birthday card, I look at my handwriting, I think, how the hell did I become 6 years old again? It's like my handwriting is just bad now. Um, I'm just, yeah, so much of my
yeah.
time is spent laptop, phone, desktop.
What do you use as a program? Are you just using Microsoft Word? Are you using
Oh, no, no.
Notes or
I use Adobe. No, sorry, I used to use Adobe Script. I use Celtex for screenwriting
no text?
software.
Cool, cool,
And
cool, cool.
my, in my experience, it's brilliant. And I wish it's hard to say I wished I used it at first, because when you're first starting, you don't really know the importance of the script
Yeah,
writing software and the relevance of it. But over time, I've learned the kind of the hard way that you really have to kind of master it. And
yeah,
I really enjoy using script writing software because it allows me to deliver the screenplay in the best possible way. And on top of that, when you get used to doing it in that way, you communicate your story better with an amalgamation of people. So it's fine for the line producer, it's fine for the executive producer, it's fine for the cinematographer, it's fine for your AD. And for me, the big thing is always making things as simple and easy and transferable to as many people involved in the project as possible. Because then we all have an easy life and we can enjoy it the best way possible. I always say to people, if you get your kind of pre-production and your development done right, your production day will be so much better in so many different ways. You can't imagine it. One project, the last project I was involved in, again, I only took the role as a second camera operator because I had no interest in certain behavior from certain people in certain ways. So they didn't do their prep or development stage in the right way. So the production day was, it kind of ran over in certain ways that no one appreciated. So I love using cell tech to answer your question.
Cool. Do you meditate?
No, the closest I come to meditating would be going in a sauna, because I love going in the sauna, and the steam room, but I prefer the sauna. And just relaxing by myself, just leaning back and after a workout, which I don't do as much as I should. I like doing that. My gym's got a really cool sauna, but for some crazy reason, sorry to go on a tangent again, people now are bringing their phone in the sauna. What do I do? What do I say?
We're doomed. What are you reading right now?
At the moment, I'm reading Nine Nasty Words by John Mahorta. John Mahorta. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing. Let me grab it again. Sorry.
Let me see.
1 second.
Nine Nasty Words. English in the gutter, been now forever. Transform. Yeah, I know that author. I don't know about this book. Huh, interesting. So it's all about how English, I guess how curse words came about.
Yes, well, that is a big part of it. Another part of it is why we use words and why so for example, why do men say huh and women say
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, things like that, like why do we, the choices and the things like that. So again, that's just understanding kind of language in a certain way, linguistics. I think, is it linguistics or linguist? I can't remember the exact word. In that way, I believe can help me develop characters in certain ways if I have a further understanding of things like that.
Well, the great thing about being in England, especially London, is you're surrounded by so much language around you.
Yeah.
Whereas here, we have a tendency to speak lazy. I mean, also the English, you guys speak with keywords. You hit keywords in your sentences, and you'll find with a lot of American speakers, it's just kind of flat. I had to hire somebody who kind of went through kind of the RADA program to teach me how to get out of that. How to do that, because I was like, that's language is a problem here. I don't want that to be there. Plus, I do like tongue twisters like every day. Just a sonnet, everything. I'm always trying to make my tongue as facile as possible, so you could just hand me anything and I'll be able to do it, because I'm always training. But anyways, this is too much about me.
No,
what are you listening to What are you listening to right now?
What, music wise? Or a group called Butcher Brown. They're like a jazz funk outfit, but they're really good. I mean, the lead guy, from what I can tell, he's a great player, but he can rap as well, and it just comes out of nowhere, but it works. So I really love the group Butcher Brown. Their track the live version of their track Frontline that they performed at Paste in New York was brilliant, in my opinion. It was and it takes a sample, it's a sample of a sample. So for example, when I was a kid, I listened to a Tribe Called Quest, and I didn't realize a lot of what they used were samples. So they sampled, in their own words, a sample from a Tribe Called Quest track called Electric Relaxation. And I love Tribe Called Quest, and I love listening to Butcher Brown. And I love the idea that these young guys have revisited a Tribe Called Quest and, using part of them as an influence. Because we always have to, I believe, from the time we start revisiting the past, it may be detrimental to our growth. So I'm a big believer in revisiting the past.
What are you watching right now?
What am I watching? Oh gosh, I've recently come into it's maybe not, people would say it's not the most artistic or whatever, but I'm late to the table and I'm watching Grey's Anatomy.
Really?
Yeah,
Grey's Anatomy.
yeah, that's my, you
Wow.
know, I,
I never
I,
would have thought
I,
of getting that.
no, it's, I think what I've noticed. Have you heard of the show? Oh gosh, I forget. This Is Us.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so it's. I think it's been quite a while since I've watched network television because of
Yeah.
all the streaming and stuff, and I kind
Yeah.
of I'm not necessarily impressed with some of the way that some of the streaming shows are, and I've
Hmm.
lent towards going back to network television, and I've landed
Interesting.
on Grey's Anatomy. It's almost
Grey's
like
Anatomy.
watching that type of show. Again, I'm revisiting the past, but it feels like something new because I've been so long
Yeah.
without um,
Yeah.
those type of shows. I think it's an ABC show, I think, or
Yeah, it's
someone.
an
Yeah,
ABC show. It's
yeah,
part of Shonda Land, as they call it.
yes,
You know, the
yes, yeah.
scandal.
She's brilliant. I think
She
she's
is.
amazing. What she's done
She did
with her
Bridgerton,
career.
you know, Bridgerton's,
Yes,
stuff.
the
She's
most
done a lot.
successful period drama. Fair play to her.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I
She
still haven't
she
watched
took that.
Bridgerton.
I haven't watched it either, but I respect from what I've read about it and
Yeah.
how she got done and who she puts
Yeah.
behind the camera and things. She's
Yeah.
she's really good. So
That's
yeah, I'm
good.
watching Grays.
Have you watched you gotta watch The Penguin. That's some of the best TV
Oh,
ever.
see, and this is another thing. I'm going to contradict myself here,
Yeah.
and say a lot of these streaming things, X Y Z. But I watched the first episode of Penguin and the second one,
Yeah.
and it's HBO, isn't it?
Yeah. 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 It's
Yes,
HBO.
because I was like, this. There's something about HBO that they just offer a certain quality that you just can't. It just feels like maybe
Yeah.
Netflix and Amazon, they just can't
But
match.
but this is like one that like really like sticks the landing with all the episodes, and that's
Mm.
rare. I didn't like the House of the Dragon. I thought that was the second season. I just felt like it was just kind of like they were prolonging what they were setting up for, and then like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
it'll be in the third season, and we're like, really? We sat around here while you're big dragging us along, to get
Yeah.
there. But I mean, part of it was the strike, that I
Yeah.
understand why I did that. But you got to watch The Penguin. It is.
Oh,
Oh,
that's the funny thing. I've watched first two episodes, but I've literally just forgot. It's not
keep
like it's
watching.
it's been bad or
Keep
I don't
keep
know.
watching the layers and the
Yeah.
way like you barely even touched the surface of how far that show. I
Okay.
mean, that show really, I was blown away. Like it takes a lot for me to gotta like after it's over go like this,
All right. Okay.
just go well done, well done. That was like it'll get you so excited for the next Batman that Matt Reeves is doing because
Oh,
I was blown away. But it even stands alone on its own. But anyways, that in all, how can people reach you?
sure. On X, formerly known as Twitter, it's just at Damien Swaby. That's where they can reach me. Can email me at filmmakingconversations@mail.com or
Hmm.
Instagram where I'm filmmaker underscore Damien underscore Swaby. Those are the best places to reach me. I'm kind of a bit more active on Facebook again, but that's
Hmm.
generally because I'm looking into Facebook filmmaking groups. But outside of that, I don't really um, use it.
And tell people what the name of your podcast is again.
Ah, yes, filmmaking conversations with Damien Swaby.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much, sir, for doing this. This has been great.
No, thank you for having me on. I'll tell you the truth. It was so nice for you to invite me on, and for me
Yeah.
to listen to your podcast and thinking, this is a podcast I would listen to. This is great. Of course, I want to go
Thank you.
on. So no, thanks.
Thank
I
you.
really, really appreciate it.
This has been great. I loved learning about you. It's awesome. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.